Test. There we go. Right.
Yeah.
Right. We are absolutely through. We've started. Yeah, so this is about time we get this stream up and running and starting. So, are you just about ready, Eddie? See what I did
I
there?
am ready. You ready? Steady Eddie is ready.
Steady Eddie is running. You're catching a bit of lag there. We just want to say welcome to the few viewers that are actually on stream right now. There are not many of you, but a few of you. Today we are going to be covering one of the first competitive PvP tournaments arranged in Terra. And through this we're going to give you commentary of the actual fights itself. We're going to be streaming brackets 1 and 3. If you don't know what that means, go ahead and visit www.best-friends.org/event, and that's www.best-friends.org/event. There you're going to be able to see the lineups, who's fighting who, when, and there. The fights themselves don't actually start until 30 minutes past 7 GMT1. So in this startup area, we're going to take some time to look at the lineups, look at who's fighting who, and sort of give you an idea of who they are and how good we think they are. If you're interested in watching stream the brackets 2 and 4, you need to head over to White Star Stream. You can find the link if you go to best-friends.org/event, and you should be able to see theirs there. But ours is that much more interesting, I promise you. So yeah, Eddie, perhaps you want to introduce yourself, so I don't do all the talking.
Well, I figured you might as well get used to doing all the talking, as I don't plan to be talking that much, as Greg seems to have put me on campfire duty, which means I have to keep all the campfires stoked up. But hi, I'm Eddie, or Kruznik in game, and yeah, I'm really pumped about this actually. I've been looking forward to the tournament ever since we started planning towards it, and hopefully everyone enjoys it, has a good time, we see some great fights. Really got my eyes out on some of the teams today, so yeah, definitely.
Indeed. Right, well, perhaps we should just get started and start talking about some of the lineups, some of the teams that are going to be fighting, and give you guys an idea of what they are, who they are. As you can see, we are going to be streaming brackets 1 and 3. 1 consists of Team Red, consists of our own house team, Best Friends. It consists of America Fuck Yeah, Team Vodka. In bracket 3, you're going to be finding Barrack Thul versus Busty Nurse Protectors versus Ethics Violation versus Balls of Life, and they're pretty much our teams. So we got some interesting teams, we got some unknown teams, and we got some teams that we simply picked because we found their names funny.
Busty Nurse Protectors, we love you. I love you. I expect to see amazing things from you. I mean, is that an open enough comment? I'm not sure.
Open enough? I don't think it's open at all. Personally, my favorites are America Fuck Yeah. Why? Well, because it takes the piss out of the Yankees, which we love. They're all wearing pink armor, and that's just great. They got little girls and big men in pink armor. That's just brilliant. Thank you, guys. We love you. So, yeah. Personally...
I love Busty more. But, yeah.
Well, that's because you like Bust in general. One of the other teams that I'm quite excited about is Team Vodka. I'm not sure if they're the same guys from WoW, but if it is, that would be cool. If not, well, too bad. The funny thing is...
Have you managed to find them? I can't actually see them.
I can't actually see them in game either. But I have to say, we have a lot of people out here. I'm starting to pick up a little bit of lag. There's a lot of people out here. Thank fuck they're not all going to be fighting at once. But there's a lot of people out here. We got people from Nosmote, we got Ethics Violation, Best Friends, America Fuck Yeah, All Blacks, we got people from, let's see, what else can we find here?
We got Enigma, Hell's Elite Legion, man, there's
Barrack Thul. Barrack Thul's just arrived. And we got VOTF out here as well. Yeah, pretty much most of the contestants are here. It seems that Enigma and All Blacks are getting ready to just line up the first fight we're going to be streaming is Team Red versus Best Friends. That's our own house team, of course. We're going to do our best to be objective. But just to throw it out there, Greg, aka Grindhouse, aka Meat Grinder, sucks balls because he's playing a male Night Elf and he's really, really gay. And he feels...
Night Elf?
Night Elf? I just said Night Elf. That's terrible. Fuck. That's terrible.
Wow.
No, I don't want to play WoW. Fuck that.
No.
But anyway, he's an elf. He's very flamboyant. Let's put it that way.
Vague too.
Vague, yeah, he's vague, definitely vague. But no, so let's just cover the other teams that are going to be streamed on the other stream, just for the sake of being nice. We got Enigma. Enigma are new to me. I've heard the name before, but it's a pretty ambiguous and standard MMO guild name, so I'm not sure if they're the same ones. Have you heard about Enigma before?
Never. I mean, like you, I've heard different games, Enigma on the sides, Enigma, you know, but never standing out and never as one specific team.
Indeed.
Not like, you know, Astra or, you know, VOTF, teams that you've heard of before, teams that, you know, have a little
street cred, little MMO street cred, you know, down from the MMO hood. Another team is All Blacks. Now, All Blacks, I'm pretty sure they are something that's been formed for Terra, but they're definitely a hilarious team. I think it's a great team name. It's almost just as good as a guild name I saw in the Star Wars Shield Republic beta called Space Niggers. Don't mean to offend anyone watching, it was just a funny name. But yeah.
Was that allowed?
I think it's allowed. I mean, we're just to anyone watching, we're gonna have profanity, and we hope you're not offended.
I mean, was that allowed in the game? Like,
oh, they got banned. Oh, they got banned.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
They were all playing body size 4 males, basically really fat males, and it was very funny. They were all black and they're all bald, so I guess they all had a Mace Windu fetish or something.
Yeah.
We got another team as well on the other bracket, Jackie's team, and that's Jackie from VOTF. We had a little chance to see them in action yesterday during our test stream, and yeah, we saw some interesting stuff. They got their ass handed to them just as much as they, you know, handed out ass. So it's good stuff. Interesting to see how they've adapted their tactics, or even if they were playing with their regular setup, as it was just a test yesterday.
Actually, it's quite funny that you brought up yesterday, seeing that, I mean, yesterday we saw, I guess, what we're going to be seeing today, but in a more diverse way. Yesterday we saw teams of just casters with a tank going up against a heavy melee team.
Indeed.
I mean, and we saw that actually both had equal chances if they adapted to each other's strategy.
Exactly.
Because it was just really entertaining yesterday. One melee team that was constantly getting CC'd managed to adapt, change their strategy, and they began to be a big threat, and then later go on to actually win most of the matches versus the caster heavier team. So I was really impressed by that. I did actually, not, you know, sorry to admit this, I did actually think the caster teams would have a much bigger advantage.
Indeed. I just popped up the graphics from yesterday on the stream. Those were one of the setups that we had fighting the Double Soak team from Day Off, that's from Astra Astrum, and Jackie's team playing a standard full rotation from VOTF. But the one thing we also noticed yesterday, we didn't see any Mystics in any fights, and we were very disappointed with that because we think it's going to be an exciting twist when they're actually added into a proper fight. We saw the typical thing with Slayers and Sorks. I think the most unique thing we saw was Onibawan, also alias Obi-Wan. They brought a team of a Berserker, a Archer, 2 Priests, and a Lancer, which was a very interesting defensive team, but after losing once, they ended up getting their synergy down, and that Archer and Berserker at the same time focusing one target got absolutely destroyed. VHF had a lot of trouble trying to take them down, so it's going to be interesting to see how VHF handles a melee-centric team today.
Alright, so Team Red is from AA, which was no wonder why I couldn't actually see them.
Aha! That makes sense. So, Team Red is an Astra Astrum team. Thank you very much for that info. And that makes sense because we have a lot of AA guys out here, anonymous alcoholics. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Personally, I think we're going to have exciting fights, but my biggest wish for today is that we don't have standard carbon copy setups of a healer, plus a tank, plus a 2 melee DPS in a range. That would be very boring, so let's hope for some exciting and different setups. Unfortunately, guys, I don't have the setups in advance, so I can't show them to you on the stream. They're going to be announced as the individual fights start, and we're going to try and cover them the best we can.
Yeah, I was just trying to find out from Team Red what their actual class lineup was, because there was about 7 of them in the circle opposite best friends. So I was trying to figure out which ones would be fighting. But it looks like we've got a Slayer, a Zerker, a Lancer, and now we've got more than a team. So again, I'm just going to hold off on that until they clear out.
It looks, though, that they're using standard setups at the moment. I mean, they have an archer. That's something very, I'd say, rare. I haven't seen a lot of archers. It seems to have separated them between 2 separate bonfires, which would indicate separate teams. So I'm looking at one team here that's spawning a Zerker, 2 archers, a priest, and a slayer. That's a very interesting combination based on very heavy physical damage. And with that level of survivability and mobility of those classes, I think they can really hurt. Very much looking forward for that team. To see how they end up doing.
Come on over to the actual arena that we're going to be in, because you got best friends lining up against Team Red at the moment.
See, the funny thing, I expected us to be in the far end arena, but I guess we'll see. Well, let's start heading the camera towards the game so people can see. But anyways, as you can see, guys, there is a lot of people out here. I don't even have visibility range for all these people. We got some people here from Barrack Thul and Mosmote. We've got some Nosmote people here. Ethics Violation, Team America, fuck yeah, VOTF. As you can notice, I'm picking up a bit of lag. There's a lot of people out here. There's easy 100. Keep going that way.
Further to the right. Keep to the right.
To the right. To the right. What am I looking for?
1 second, let me pick you up. There's a lot of teams. I don't think any of us actually expected there to be this many people here.
Yeah, oh shit, we have more people here. Holy crap.
All the way over here.
We got all blacks, and we got someone who's pretending to be Athene. Athene, if that's you, you're really gay, dude. Nah, just kidding. We love you. Moving down here, we got the Best Friends team that's actually starting to line up. That's going to be really interesting. And we have an Astra Astrum team here that are also lining up. Looks to be a warrior, a sork, a priest, a berserker, and a slayer. So a standard full rotation team, although they opted not for
join deathmatch. Join the deathmatch.
They want us to join the deathmatch so we can see health bars. Much appreciated. Let's go ahead and go all the way down here and put me in ready, just in case. But yeah. Let's start to get into camera mode.
And we got a comment to remove your quest tracker?
No, the quest tracker needs to be shown when I'm accepting a deathmatch, whoever was throwing that comment. Otherwise, it's very, very hard.